Welcome to the Podcorn.
Hello.
How's it all going?
Everything is good.
Good in the hood. So this week, well, Friday night. Was it Friday night? Yeah, Friday night we went to see, and I want to say it's a new film, but we went to see a film called Friendship, which apparently isn't new according to Sammy. It's been out in the States for a while, so we'll tell you about that in a second.
Yeah, well, I think it was because it says it's released in 2024.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, it was a Toronto Film Festival.
Oh, nice, okay.
Film, but it just didn't get a distributor, so...
Okay, and now it's come here, and
now
it did get a distributor.
Similar, I think, to maybe The Salt Path, which a bunch has come out about that film recently, which...
All we want to say is we told you so. Listen to our podcast a few episodes ago. We weren't entirely convinced by the whole story. Have a listen to our Salt Path podcast. But yeah, we're going to talk about Friendship today, the Friendship. Mm-hmm. And then... after the Friendship, we're going to talk... The Friendship. We're going to talk about
another friendship. Wicked.
Ah, yeah, Wicked. Nice. He's really getting good at, linking things. We're going to talk about Wicked. And I know it's fairly old now, but we realised we hadn't talked about it on the podcast. And we've also been talking about whether it's going to pick up any Oscars next year. It will be next year, won't it? After the second one comes out in November, which kind of prompted me to rewatch it again. Anyway, we'll talk about Wicked in a bit of detail as well. So, let's go. Are you going to give a synopsis of the Friendship?
It's just Friendship. It's not the Friendship.
Oh, sorry. God, that
really irritates
me. Really
when
old
people
person
just slightly mispronounce, add extra.
I do that quite a lot.
I don't know why, it just gets on my nerves.
Yeah, I do that quite a lot. Do I irritate you?
No,
use my mum. Okay, so the Friendship. No, Sammy. Sam looks like his head's going to pop off. Give us a synopsis of Friendship then.
So, this guy who he's not doing too well. He's just a bit stuck in his life, and his marriage is not looking good. He meets his neighbour, and they sort of become good friends. I don't know how to give a synopsis to this film without spoiling it.
It kind of all goes a bit wrong.
A guy sort of really idolises his neighbour and just thinks he's the coolest guy in the world. And that friendship is not fully reciprocated.
Yeah. So the IMDb description says a suburban dad falls hard for his charismatic new neighbour. And actually, when I went to see this film, I'd never heard of it before. I knew Paul Rudd was in it, so I was like, hey, great, I love Paul Rudd. Outside the cinema, there was a big poster saying something along the lines of someone had given it a review saying, funniest film ever. And I was expecting a laugh a minute. And I've got to say, it kind of delivered. I was laughing quite a lot.
Funny, yeah.
Particularly in the first half, I was laughing a lot. But it's actually quite a sad story, isn't it? About a guy who... is possibly... I'm not sure. I mean, he probably has many issues that we won't get into. Basically, when he gets rejected as a friend by Paul Rudd, it just all goes a bit wrong. And it's just... he's just a bit of a doofus, isn't he? Yeah.
But the thing is, Paul Rudd's sort of we're good friends, but I feel like you're a bit too much, sort of. I don't know, he is he would be an intense person to be around.
Oh my God, he's so intense and irritating. To give you an example without any spoilers, Paul Rudd goes to him at the beginning, I play guitar, oh mate, you should get some drums and we can jam together. So he immediately goes home, orders some drums, the drums arrive and he turns up outside Paul Rudd's house with all of the drum set, a full-size drum set in a wheel-along carry truck. And he's like, let's jam. And it's just dude, you are too much. Too much. Who is the dude?
What do you mean, who is the dude? Who plays him?
Well, yeah, I've never seen him in anything before.
Tim Robinson does this show called I Think You Should Leave, which is this sketch comedy series on Netflix.
Okay.
And I have a friend who really likes it.
I can see he's got quite a good
comedic
timing. Yeah, we'll talk about comedic timing when we come on to Ariana. But yeah, I can see he's got really good comedic timing, and he played the character exceptionally well. It was a tough role, wasn't it? I've got to say, I thought it was a really good film. It had a couple of moments in it where I was like, where the hell is this going? But I personally think that it's quite a sort of recommendable film to people. Let's talk about his weird wife in it, played by Kate Mara. She was odd, wasn't she?
Was she?
I just, like, it opened up with her and him, and she was at a group, and I thought the film was going to be about her and the friendship that she talked about right at the beginning. She talked about being friends with a guy that she used to go to college with or something. And I assumed that the film would centre around her and that, but then it didn't really do much with any of that, and it just moved directly. The whole film was about Paul Rudd, who plays a guy called Austin, and then Tim Robinson, who plays a guy called Craigs. It was about their friendship. Craigs. Craig?
Multiple.
He was Craig.
Yeah. No, I thought it was really interesting about how he meets this Paul Rudd character and just, like, completely tries to mimic him and be him and, like, do all the same things as him with, like, the drum set example.
Yeah.
And also there's, like, this sewage system, which the film goes a bit off the rails with that. No spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers.
I don't know, it's just a really, like, there are some scenes that were just difficult to watch. It was a bit like Meet the Parents-esque, where, like, it was so just, like, cringe, and you were like, oh my god,
why is he doing this? Yeah.
Don't do this, please. He's likeable. At the same time, it's like, I'm losing faith in you as the film goes on. It's like, he becomes less and less like, oh, I want the best for him. It's more so like, oh god, he does this to himself.
Well, I think it's because you know that you probably would struggle to be friends with him.
Yeah,
I know
exactly.
I would. Or a similar person to him. It would just be, they're just like too much, basically. You might be standing there with a group of friends all having a laugh, and then there's this one kind of weird person on the outskirts that just cracks a joke that's taken it too far. Fuck, that's usually me. No, I'm joking. It's not really me. I don't think it is. I don't know. Sammy's like, I don't have enough friends to have a big circle of friends. What are you going to give this? Because I've got to say, I thought it was really enjoyable just going along to the cinema to see a film that I know nothing about. There was a good crowd in there. I felt like everyone was kind of like chuckling along. It was a silver screen that we went to, wasn't it, by the way?
Old people should have a good sense of humour. So.
Yeah, but they were all laughing at it, weren't they? I just really, I don't know, I just massively encourage people to go and see films that they don't know much about at the cinema. Those sometimes are some of the real little gems of films, aren't they, that you find?
Totally.
And, you know, they're not like packed out like Superman was. You've sort of got a bit of space to sit and watch them, and I just love that, especially at the Picture House. Great. But what did I give it on Letterboxd? I can't remember. What did you give it?
I gave it 3.5 out of 5, so 7 out of 10. I feel like I could talk a lot more about it with spoilers, but we're trying to avoid them for this. So it was definitely interesting, and it had quite a bit going on. I don't know if it all fully worked for me, and I was just struggling to be like, okay, how am I meant to feel about this character? Because he does something and it's like, oh, he's learning and becoming better, and then he does something else and you're like, oh no, he's just completely...
Yeah, he just fucks up again.
So, I don't know, and I feel like the ending took it a bit too far into, like, absurdity, and I had the sort of idea of what I felt like it was, but I don't know, the film felt like it was trying to do so many different things instead of sticking to one route. Like, it was like Falling Down, sort of, which is a film I watched the other week.
Yeah, you likened it to that.
And it was quite similar, in a weird way.
So why do you say it was like Falling Down?
Because it's about a guy who's very, like, socially inept, sort of, and sees the rest of the world as being against him, I guess. And
yeah. I don't know if this guy saw the world as being against him, though.
Well, I feel like he kind of did, because he'd try and, like with the whole, like, no Marvel spoilers thing. And, like,
that's true.
It was just, like...
I just felt like he had no social skills at all.
Yeah.
And so he was almost a bit, and like you pointed out, he was a bit like Adam Sandler's character in Punch Drunk Love, where he had no social skills. He was really inept at making friendships. It was obvious he'd never had a friend before. And like I said to you afterwards, I was sometimes laughing at stuff, and so was everyone else. And then I'd be like, oh God, this really isn't kind to laugh, because this guy is probably maybe not depressed, but you know, he's certainly.
Yeah.
I don't know whether he's a bit on the spectrum. They're definitely.
I think I compared it to Punch Drunk Love at the start, and when I realised by the end, no, he's nothing like Adam Sandler's character in Punch Drunk Love, because in Punch Drunk Love he's like that because his sisters are just horrible to him, and like people as a whole are really horrible to him and don't.
Sorry about that too.
No, I thought that there wasn't really much explanation for why he was like that.
No, exactly. We don't know where he came from or how he got to be like that. You kind of enter the film and it just feels like he's a normal guy who's basically he's got a teenage son. His marriage is a bit shit, as in like not shit as in horrible, but they just don't seem to be in love anymore.
Yeah.
And you know, it's just about him making a friend, and everything seems fine. And then it starts to uncover that actually this lead guy probably isn't quite right and isn't at a state in his life when he can have friends or ever have friends, because he doesn't know how to have friends, does he? Everything's like totally over the top for him, or he just becomes overly obsessed with people. I've talked myself into thinking this is actually a really sad film rather than really funny. But go see it, because actually when you're watching it, it's a laugh a minute.
But in a sad
yeah,
way.
I think it's when you walk out, you kind of go, oh God, that's tough.
Similar with Anora, I guess, where it's like so enjoyable throughout the whole thing, when the ending, and you're like, oh wait, this is actually really sad.
Yeah, and you know, that is, I guess with Anora, her character breaks down in the end a little bit.
Yeah.
And you see her weaknesses, and you know what? That's really interesting, because Anora kind of gives you that back, doesn't it, at the end? Like, although
it lets the character sort of just fully unravel.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas we never got that with Craig.
Yeah, he's a very like I can't spoil the ending, but when he gets that smile from Paul Rudd's character at the end, that sort of, I guess, saying like what he did was okay. Like I don't know what it's meant to mean. Like whether it's like him imagining it for his own
maybe
for his own sake. Like,
all right, guys. Now you need to go and see
what
that smile is at the end. It's in cinemas at the moment. You probably won't find it at your big cinemas, but it is at our picture house, so you might find it at your local picture house. I would say go and see it quite pronto, because I don't think it will be in there for long, but it was awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
And yeah, I would say 7 out of 10 for me.
7 out of 10. Yeah, there's a lot that didn't work, but the stuff that did was like, yeah, great.
And let's be honest, guys, we can never deny Paul Rudd's character. He's brilliant, except for in Ant-Man.
God, Ant-Man and the Wasp. He's the best part of those films, to be fair.
Oh, okay, that's good then. I don't think actually I have seen them. I've seen one of the Ant-Man films. I thought it was pretty crap.
They suck.
They suck. Right.
Wicked.
Where are we moving on to? Wicked, baby.
I'll let you do the summary for this one, because you rewatched it quite recently.
Yeah.
And I did not rewatch it because you did it without me.
Oh, are you bitter about that?
No, I didn't.
Are you were watching something else?
Rewatch it.
We can't be tied at the hip together forever, Sammy. So basically, Wicked is based on the theatre production. It's basically about a girl who is born green, who turns out to be the Wicked Witch that you see in the Wizard of Oz movie, who is basically a real cow in the Wizard of Oz movie. But actually what Wicked does is it tells the story of how she got to that point in her life. And the story begins with her as a little girl being born, how she was a little bit rejected by her parents, and then how she develops a relationship or a friendship with Glinda, and then how she comes to, I guess, turn into the Wicked Witch of the, is she the West or the East? I don't know.
West, I think.
Yeah, the Wicked Witch of the West. And I watched it for the second time. First time I went to the cinema to see it with Sammy. And the second time was last Sunday night. I watched it on Sky Cinema with my husband and my other son. And I've got to say, Sam, I felt like you really enjoyed it the first time, but you weren't like gushing over it. But like me, Dad and Charlie like thought it was brilliant on Sunday night. And so I actually want to say, I think I enjoyed it more the second time watching it from home. I just loved it. It's quite long in the cinema.
definitely.
And also, I don't want to sound like an old bitchy woman, but lots of people have taken their young kids to see it. And personally, in my opinion...
That bitch girl next to us crying at Wicked. Come on. Well, she screamed out of her seat because of the flying monkeys. It's not that scary.
Yeah, but the problem is she was only like 6. And I think the issue with films like this is obviously the distributor markets them to appeal to younger kids. But personally, I don't think it's that suitable. I think it's way too long.
2 hour 40 is like, no, you can't take a kid to that and expect them to sit down.
Yeah, I mean, there was a couple of little boys in front of us jumping around fidgeting. So this is just a warning to all parents out there. Please don't take your children to the cinema to see films that they're obviously too young for.
Yeah, take them to see like
take them
the Minions, you know?
Yeah, Minions, what else? Paddington in Peru.
Films that aren't actually good.
But yeah,
ruin it.
Wicked isn't quite right for that age group anyway. Yeah. And I kind of knew that because I'd read the book years ago, and there's a few kind of interesting saucy scenes at the beginning. I've got to say I enjoyed it the second time watching, maybe because I was out of that, you know, people that were too young to be watching it and being concerned about them, or, you know, just sitting on my sofa watching it with my dark chocolate and my glass of red. But I loved it, and I haven't stopped singing it all week. My whole life this week has been about humming those tunes, whether it's Defying Gravity or what's that one? He's that boy, or I'm not that boy. I'm that girl, she's that girl. I don't know, that song. I flipping love it.
What song?
You know the one where like Elphaba's walking along and she's like, I could be that girl.
Don't remember that one.
Yes, so good.
Remember Popular?
Oh yeah, Popular's good.
What's the one with Jonathan Bailey?
Who's Jonathan Bailey?
The guy.
Oh, I love him. Yeah.
Where they're like in the hallway and they like jump down the bookshelves and.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember what that one is. Is that about them being perfect together? I love that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then there's the one where they hate each other that you've been humming all day.
Oh yeah, loathing. Do 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 do.
Yeah, that one.
I love that one. Yeah, I can't get it out of my head. I can't get these songs out of my head. I need somebody to come and just like remove part of my brain so that I stop singing wicked songs.
Eternal Sunshine out of your head.
Oh yes, let's Eternal Sunshine it out of my head. You can put me in like the hat later on. And yeah,
I'll do it.
We should watch Eternal Sunshine. Sorry to tangent, but that is an awesome film.
It's not another Pulp Fiction tangent.
Yeah, another Pulp Fiction tangent. So, Wicked, for me, is pretty much 9 out of 10 film. And I start by scoring it early because I think, Sammy, this is where you might pull it apart from me a bit more.
No, I like it. I'd give it like an 8. I really enjoyed it. Tons of great stuff. Love the musical numbers because, you know, it is like a Broadway musical, and so the musical numbers have to be really good.
Yep. Do you remember seeing it when you were little?
Yeah, I do. I remember seeing it.
Cool.
It was great. Yeah, I love Wicked. I just feel like all the issues with it were to do with it being like a first part. But if I'm viewing it just as being the first half of Wicked, it does a great job at world building and setting up all the characters and building the relationships, and it's just really entertaining, good time. Acting is outstanding. I loved all the performances. Even though Michelle Yeoh and Jeff Goldblum, their singing is a bit wank.
Oh man, you've totally stolen my point. Honestly, the reason I didn't give this a 10 out of 10 is because I think we could have cut probably 15 minutes out easily if we'd have reduced their singing roles. I mean, Michelle Yeoh's song is awful and she can't sing. Jeff Goldblum, I mean, we could have got that down to a sentence or two. Just give him a little line like, you know, I'm the wizard and I'm here. Let's go. And that's it. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't need a full tune.
Yeah.
I just didn't, it didn't work for me. But the rest of it was pretty much sheer perfection. And you talk about some great acting. God, how brilliant was Ariana Grande in it?
Yeah, so good. So funny as well.
Do you remember years ago you used to watch a show?
Sam and Cat.
Sam and Cat. And Ariana Grande was in that. Mm-hmm. She has got such unbelievable comic timing.
Yeah, she's so funny.
I've never actually seen her in real life or seen her in an interview to know if that's just who she is. But I remember in Sam and Cat, she had brilliant comic timing. And in this film, she was unbelievable.
Yeah, she does just play that, like, dumb character.
Oh, she's amazing at it. She's amazing.
Very good.
I feel she was robbed a bit at the Oscars.
What, by the film that shall not be named.
What's the name of that film? Say it, from penis to vagina. What was it called?
Amelia Perez.
The oddest film ever. I mean, I don't think we've reviewed that on here, but wow.
There's not much to say about it.
It's an odd film. But yes, she took the supporting actress role, didn't she?
Yeah. I mean, I probably would have said like Felicity Jones maybe above Ariana. But I don't know, they're both like close. I really liked her performance. She's so funny, just really, really good. Her singing is amazing. So is Cynthia Erivo, though.
Yeah, she's brilliant as well. Was she up for an Oscar? Best Actress?
Yeah.
You know
I wouldn't say she was robbed.
No, because who did take Best Actress?
Honora.
Oh, of course. Mikey Madison. Mikey Madison, yeah. And I think she deserved that.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
I feel like
or Demi Moore.
I do feel like Wicked possibly should have won a few more Oscars.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I would have given it like 3 max. Really. Like,
what did it get? Production, costume, design?
Costume, and Ariana. That's what I would have given it. But, I don't know, I feel like it was just... This is my main critique of the film, is that it looked awful. Just really dull, like, lighting. The colours were just bland. I don't know, it just looks like shit, because there's so much colour on the screen, but they, like, evenly lit the whole thing. So
you're going to have to help me out here. Like... I just thought it looked really colourful.
It just looked muddy. Like, I don't know, there's something about it.
I don't get it. What do you mean it looked muddy? I just thought it was so bright and colourful.
Like, overexposed. I don't know, there's something about it that was just, like, harsh to look at.
So it was too colourful?
No, not that. Like, the lighting was overexposed and so, like, washed out the whole image and just...
Okay.
Made it look weird. There was the one bit in Popular where everything goes pink.
Yeah.
That was like the only bit of the whole film that actually had like expressive lighting and colours that worked well. Like
who directed this?
Awful. John M. Chu.
And has he done anything else?
Crazy Rich Asians.
Oh, that was rubbish. When you're a director, would you do a film like Wicked?
No.
Why not?
Because no.
Because no, mother, it's not my art.
There could have been so much more done with like the musical numbers, I think. Because like, if you look at something like La La Land, it's like the camera's literally dancing with the actors and stuff in the scenes, and it's like amazing. Whereas this, it's just like you're just gonna put the camera down and like maybe move it from side to side a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, so they're not putting enough effort in.
Yeah, it's just there's not enough done to like really make these musical numbers feel alive.
Okay.
You know? It's just sort of showing them, which I guess, I don't know, it's kind of what they were going for if they're trying to match like the Broadway feel to it. But I don't know, it was very lackluster visually, which should not be the case for like the most famously visually beautiful film of all time, Wizard of Oz, you know?
Totally.
I don't know what went wrong there. But...
Okay, the end scene though, when she goes up in the sky and does
that
one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did it make you? Did you feel that?
Pretty shit as well.
But did it make you just want to like jump up and go yes?
Yeah,
yes!
when we finished the film for the first time, everyone in the cinema started like clapping. Like there were just some ladies next to us that were like, "Oh my god, yes!"
Yeah, that was so brilliant though, because those women next to us,
stopped.
they were so
they were, like,
exciting. Yeah, they were in tears, and I was quite emotional.
I remember just going like, "Well, it's a bit flawed, isn't it?"
Yeah, and Sam was just like, and I was like, "Shh, please, people are really happy." Well, no, it wasn't for me because I knew you'd have strong opinions, but I just felt sorry for these women next to you who were like, "Oh my god, that was amazing," and you were like, the cinematography was way out.
I don't know, I just hate how like bland it looked. I feel like there should be so much more done, especially with like these massive practical sets. It's like, come on, we can do more than just putting a bunch of lights everywhere. Instead of like, they could have done so much like shadows and like, it could have just looked awesome, but instead it looked like poop.
So is the second one already done?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
So it would be in post-production,
coming out November.
Yeah, so it's probably already done and ready to go.
I am excited to see it.
Yeah.
As much criticism as I have of the first one, I'm hopeful that the second one will be good.
Have you visited the wicked.com website? Do you remember that? That made the news, didn't it? I don't know if anyone knew about that. They basically released some of their Wicked dolls. Was it the Elphaba doll? And on the side they'd printed, go to the website for more, and it was supposed to be wickedthemusical.com or something, but they misprinted it and just put Wicked, which took loads of kids to a porn site. Obviously not very nice, but quite amusing when reading it.
But it is very, very funny.
What characters? Are there going to be any new characters in the next one?
No, apparently
doubt
they're adding a few new songs. What are your thoughts on the second half of Wicked? Because I don't really remember the Broadway musical at all. So do you think it's like it will be better or worse than the first half? What do you think?
I think it's probably going to be worse. I mean, I've seen the show. I've seen the show twice actually. Once when it first came out with Adina herself in it, and also who would it have been? The guy out of Coyote Ugly, the lead guy in that, actually played the role of, is it Fiyero? When I went to see it, and Adina was Elphaba. That was the first time I went to see it. And then the second time I went to see it was with you and Charlie when you were quite young. The second half is good. I mean, I didn't want to leave the theatre. I loved it. But there's nothing like that first half and that sort of song before you go to the finale, which is where the first film left us. So, yeah, I'm not sure. I figured that they're going to carry some songs through as well.
Yeah, they're going to keep all the old songs, but just add a couple new ones, apparently.
Let's see. You know what? I am going to go and see it. Are you going to go see it?
No, yeah, I will.
Yay, because I feel it's like a family trip coming on.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel it's the four of us. Like Mama, Dada, and the two boys. It's a great film. I would first recommend it, even if you're not a musical fan. I think it's one to see.
No, if you're not a musical fan, don't watch this.
No, why not? Ariana Grande's brilliant in it.
Yeah, but it's like the ultimate musical.
But Charlie's not a musical fan, and he liked it.
Yeah, but I think Charlie might be a musical fan.
Oh, you think he's secretly...
No, he definitely is.
Oh, okay.
He loves Beauty and the Beast live action remake, which is a musical.
Yeah, he did like that when he was younger. Okay. He's quite a musical person though, isn't he? To be
exactly,
fair.
yeah. I think he's a big musical fan.
Loved it. What's coming up at the cinema this week? I feel like I need a really great film at the cinema to go and see.
Let's see what's on. There's a ton of films coming out now. So there's The Life of Chuck, which
yes, that's August, so...
no fucking clue what's going on with that film, because it's been an absolute shite show.
Okay. What, as in no marketing for it?
I don't even know, it just hasn't released anywhere, even though it's been out for ages.
Yeah.
There's a film called Bring Her Back, which isn't 18. I've heard that it's really good, but sadly we will not be able to go see it.
Because you are not of that legal age yet.
Sadly not.
Whoop whoop.
How to Train Your Dragon live action?
Not seeing that, sounds shit.
I do not know then.
And then two films that I really want to see but I've noticed have come on to streaming platforms, Juror Number 2 and Heretic.
Yes.
I quite want to see. And then an old one that I want to throw at you. I mean, it's probably like 15 odd years old. Napoleon Dynamite.
Ooh.
So there's a few films there that I want to put into the bag of
let's do
films
Napoleon
to watch.
Dynamite.
Yeah,
I'd love
films
to
watch. And guys, we've got a big trip coming up.
Ooh.
We are going down under
Australia
for summer. And so we will, we've decided, be throwing a couple of podcasts from the other side of the pond, won't we, Sammy? Maybe we could fit in Crocodile Dundee before we go. I love that film.
Yeah, I was watching Lake Mungo the other day, which is one of the best horror films of all time.
Is that set in Australia?
I'm going to say it, and it's set in Australia.
Yeah, I still feel like I've seen that film, you know.
Terrifying, but it was really good.
Maybe I should watch that.
It was very inspired by Twin Peaks, so
amazing.
Love that.
It had a bit of a Lynchian feel to it.
It was about a girl named Alice Palmer going missing.
Okay.
So you can see the similarities.
It was probably inspired then by Twin Peaks.
Very much so.
Awesome.
Life of Chuck is showing in a cinema 8 miles away. So
any pre-screens?
Maybe one day. Yeah, it's released already, but just hasn't been.
Oh, let's talk about how we can see that. Anyway, guys, that's enough of our
rambling
for this week. Remember to like and subscribe if possible, because that really helps our little Podcorn. And we will catch up with you next week. Sam, are you going to say thank you for having you?
Thank you for having you.
Bye, guys. Speak later. Bye.
Speak later.